All right, guys, Miyamoto Musashi's Book of Five Rings. We're on the Book of Water. This is called Enemies Continue to Come. This is a very important lesson. When you are fighting more than one enemy, you must use both of your swords and strike quickly and strongly without hesitation. Let's say you have two guns, you must use both of your guns. If you have two knives, use two knives. If you have two fists, make sure you're using one on one individual and another on another. We never really think about that. You might be thinking about using both for one guy and then go to, you can actually use both. You use your fingers, your knuckles, both feet. You must use both of your swords and strike quickly and strongly without hesitation. You must go for the strongest attacker first, regardless of the appearances of the others. With practice, you will understand how to recognize the strongest attacker. You must constantly move around the fighting area and make sure to befuddle the gang by constantly moving into them and keeping them to one side. You must constantly be moving around the fighting area. Make sure to befuddle the gang by constantly moving into them and keeping them to one side. You must constantly chase them and not permit them to surround you. They are generally not prepared for this type of retaliation, and you will have them under your control if you remember to maintain your spirit. Maintain your spirit and destroy them one after another in a consistent fashion. You must continue to fire at them until they are all down and you are certain that they cannot regroup for another attack. If you fail to do this and come under their influence, you will surely be beaten. You must never let this happen. There are more than one against you, and you must even the sides as quickly as possible. Therefore, strive to practice with the idea of moving from one technique directly into the rest without hesitation. Practice correct breathing so you are able to maintain the stamina you need. By constantly moving around, you give them little choice in their space to fight, and they can be controlled and taken out in quick succession. You must also fight with the attitude of no mind. No mind. Do not think of possible outcomes. Do not think of possible outcomes until you have finished with your battle. To do so is foolish and takes your mind off the primary objective. Which is to destroy the enemy. Think only of destroying the enemy and the technique will flow of itself. Think only of destroying the enemy and the technique will flow itself.